Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. We're gonna dive right in. First, I wanna. Okay, it's gonna load. The video from yesterday, as of right now, has like 330 comments. It's a little challenging to catch up to all of them, so I will try to respond to as many as I can. I don't respond to every single comment on my channel, obviously, but um, on a hot button issue like this one, I do feel like my personal input is required if you took the time to leave a comment. So I think I'll be done handling my business today around 6 or 7. So if I have to commit a couple hours to respond to comments tonight, I won't be happy about it, but I'll do it. So, all right. So I woke up a little bit late today. I had to eat the miles coming into the city. Whatever worse things have happened. I didn't leave my house till 5:40, so I just beat traffic getting into the city. And I did notice that there was what appeared to be normal looking surge, right? Like $4, 350 flat surge, 475, that kind of like nothing spectacular, but also nothing out of the ordinary. So I'm like, okay, well maybe because some of you did show me screenshots of how Uber was overcharging passengers by a crazy amount and not showing any surge on the surge map. So I'm like, okay, maybe, just maybe it was some kind of technical glitch or something like that, and they fixed it, right? Because I had a pool ride on the south side around 7:15, where the first passenger was a $4 flat surge and every additional passenger was $3. And then I checked that fare, and Uber made all of $2 on it, right? So I'm thinking to myself at that moment, like, okay, maybe they fixed it, right? And then my group chat started saying that the surge seemed like it was locked in again. And now I'll show you an example of what that looks like in one of these screenshots just in a minute. So I'm like thinking to myself, like, that can't be good because I downloaded this app. This is like a surge. It's called Dynamic. There's no surge right now because it's 10 in the morning, but if there is any surge, it would show what the surge is on like highlighted areas, right? And it gives you little notifications like lightning bolts saying surge is 1.7 and at this area 2.2 or whatever. And this app was notifying me that there was a 2.3 surge on the north side, but the Uber app wasn't showing any of that. So I'm thinking to myself like, fuck, it's not a. As much as I hate giving Uber the benefit of the doubt, this is clearly deliberate because there was the normal looking surge before 7 a.m., before 7:30, and then when demand is highest, when people have to get to work, when they have to get to not movie theater, I say that, when they have to go to, why the fuck did I say that? When they have to go to the airport, when they gotta take care of the shit, when they gotta take care of the shit they have to do, that's when, um, that's when Uber really fucking pounds them. And in the process pounds us because we're taking these fares at just the normal rates while Uber's collecting everything else. So now I can absolutely say this is deliberate. This is not an accident. This is, I mean, and some of you have been commenting saying, oh, it's been going on for years. You guys might be talking about upfront pricing, and let me talk about that right now. Let me clarify a bit for maybe some of the newer drivers or whatever. What we used to have is the commission based, right? So the passengers were charged 100% of the fare, 100% of the miles and minutes, and we got 80% or 75%. Then it moved to upfront pricing. I believe that moved to upfront pricing in, I want to say September or October of 2016. That's when I think it started rolling out. I might be wrong on that one. And that's when it turned into drivers got our rates, our per minute and per mile rate, and passengers were charged whatever Uber thought they were willing to. It wasn't like based off the miles and minutes. It was just like, well, we think the passenger might be willing to pay $16 for this ride. It's kind of like, it's just kind of like a prediction, you know, and that's with surge or without it. And then, but so that's, and then there's price gouging. Okay, price gouging is when you're going to the airport in the morning, and even a cab would be like $40, but Uber charges you 50. Even though a 15-mile ride for 25 minutes, you should only be charged like 35 tops, but Uber's pocketing, they're charging the passenger so much by pocketing the difference of what it actually, what we get paid and what the passenger paid. So that's severe price gouging. But this isn't just Uber, both apps are guilty of that, especially for airport rides. So there's upfront pricing and price gouging. There's a bit of a difference there. Not everyone loves upfront pricing. I don't like it. I don't like price gouging. What we are seeing now is straight up like surge theft. This is them literally just taking passengers to the cleaners and trying to keep drivers in the dark. That's exactly what we're seeing now, and I'll prove it, right? So first thing I want to tell you guys is I forgot to screenshot the Uber map at this one. So I know, but there was no surge. Just take my word for it. There was no surge. This was at 8:04 a.m., right? Shows a heavy surge in Lakeview and a decent surge around Humboldt Park, Logan Square area, right? 8:04. Now we zoom up there, 8:04. So I set a location from both apps to kind of see what the difference would be. And for this one, from DePaul to the Aon Center, which is kind of a popular spot where lots of the white collars go to work in the morning, you see there before the incentive or whatever. Oh, that's my credit card number. Good luck figuring out the rest of that one. All right, before the like discount, it'd be $20. Okay, so that's Uber. Look at the same exact time, guys. If demand was that heavy, for both apps at 8:05, that ride would cost with around the same. But the shared ride, let's go back. A pool was less than $6. A shared ride is less than $4, which is criminally cheap for a passenger. But a regular economy lift would have been $12.75. So almost an $8 difference for one, same exact mileage, same exact minutes. Only difference is one app is pink, one app is black. That doesn't make any sense to me. That is, and there was no surge being reflected on the Uber app, and there was no prime time being reflected on the Lyft app. Which, if you're looking at the fares, then that would make sense why there is no prime time reflected on the Lyft app. Okay, 8:21. This is what the Uber app looked like. You see that? That's kind of like what it looked like yesterday, right? It seems locked. Like that's the most you're going to get. You're going to get the CT bonuses, but the most you're going to get is that $1.25, $1.50 surge. Okay? Flat surge. 8:21. Remember that. That's what the dynamic app was showing, right? That's what the surge was reflecting. A very heavy surge on the north side of Chicago, Lakeview, and a pretty decent surge. You know, that's kind of heavy too. 2x, yeah, that's heavy. Humboldt Park, Logan Square area. 8:21. You're seeing some decent surge from Lyft, specifically on the north side. Now for this one, I set both pickup destinations from Wrigleyville or Wrigley Field, right? As you guys see there, an UberX before the discount would have been $33. And that would have been for maybe a 30-minute trip. One trip, $33. UberX. And you guys saw there wasn't really a lot of surge showing on the map. Look at Lyft. 8:23. So it took me longer to load it, but $20. This ride is that 30% cheaper? Yeah, about 30% cheaper than the Uber ride. And that one was also prime timing. That's the Lyft app reflected prime time. The Uber app didn't reflect surge. So lets me know for a fact Uber is dicking us. They're dicking us and they're dicking the passengers. Now, for the more relevant question, what do we do? As drivers, nothing. There's nothing we could do. Strikes don't work. Protests don't work. But I've been doing some thinking, because I do a lot of thinking in my office, right? I think the best way to handle this would be, we all have social media accounts. Obviously, we're all on YouTube watching this video, right? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I think Twitter is probably the most important one, even though I fucking hate Twitter. I never use it. If you drive in a major market and you're seeing this kind of behavior, take screenshots, okay? And then take screenshots, make them into collages, which is pretty easy. I'll show you how to do that. Go to how to, I might have to, this might be kind of ghetto looking. Quick collage. Let me go back to that in case you guys didn't see that. Quick collage. There you go. Quick collage. You can find that in your Play Store. Play Store or whatever. Apple Store, whatever. That's pictures of my sister's cat, because I love cats. So there you go. Show the difference. Do that. Boom. Make a quick collage. Show your friends and family that take Ubers and Lyfts what Uber is doing at this exact state and time, right? And you can share it or whatever. I honestly think if we get word out to the passengers, because those are the ones Uber and Lyft prioritizes, get the word out to your friends and family that this kind of shit is happening daily, that they're being price gouged severely, that they're paying on-demand prices for load, and drivers aren't getting paid. They're going to get upset. So take these screenshots. If you're a driver, it's got to be your screenshots. Don't share mine, because that won't make a lick of difference. If you are personally affected by this, take these screenshots, put them on your Facebook, send these to Twitter, put these on Uber's Twitter. Say, what is this shit? No hashtags. None of these stupid hashtags that make you feel proud of yourself from coming up with a hashtag. No hashtag. Just explain this. Why are you so much more expensive than Lyft? And why aren't drivers getting any of it? Use social media, but really use it. Hammer it home. Don't treat this like every other strike and protest where you'll give effort in for a week and then it'll just kind of fizzle out. If this kind of shit's going to keep on going on, passengers have to be aware of it too. And I do think it's rude to be like, hey, how much did you pay for this ride? Like, that's a good way to get dinged. It's a good way to make a ride hostile. You know, if passengers ever talk about how much they got charged versus what we get paid, I'll definitely educate them on how it works. But this is going to impact, let's say you pick someone up around Wrigleyville to go to work this morning and they got charged $30 for a 30-minute ride. The odds are low they're going to leave you a tip. I mean, and full disclosure, that's why I don't really care about my tip money, guys, because most of the time in Chicago, we get lots of surge. When I just made $30 for a 45-minute trip, I don't expect a tip because I already know you paid for a surge ride. But if you're paying for a surge ride and I'm not getting paid for a surge ride, then there's a hella low chance I'm getting tipped on that one, right? And so will the rest of you. So I think we need to educate the passengers better. You guys got to educate your friends and family better. You got to let them know what's going on, because this is absolutely deliberate and it's bullshit. And that's all I got for this one, guys. I want to thank y'all for watching. Everyone, please stay safe, stay driven, stay classy. I guess I'll talk to you next time. Bye.